Sunday, May 19, 2024. The children and their parents went to Friedenheim Animal Farm. Friedenheim Animal Farm. On the website, it looked like there were many farm animals, or it gave that impression that you will find many farm animals. And there was also a feeding time for big cats, wild cats. These wild cats weren't taken from the wild. They've never been in the wild. They've always been kept. And this center, the Friedenheim Animal Farm and Big Cat Center, they take those poor lions and tigers and leopards and keep them safe because they were taken by people who kept them when they were still babies. And they've never lived out in the wild like other wild big cats. They don't know how to hunt because they've never hunted. And they're kept there safe. Even the food they're given, they first freeze the animal so that there's no smell of fresh blood. And they still stay away from the big cats. They don't go into the enclosures with the big cats. It's still dangerous. Even though they've never been in the wild, they are still wild animals. And our family likes going to sanctuaries like that, where animals that might be in danger, if they go out in the wild, might not be able to hunt or might be hurt by a different animal, are kept safe. Or just like the cheetah outreach place, the cheetahs are kept safe from farmers who don't want the cheetahs to bite their sheep. And yeah, I hope you enjoy our little glimpse or your little glimpse of things that happen in the Western Cape, things to do in the Western Cape. There's also a play area, as you will spot. And it's also oh yes, I must mention this part, it's also a party venue. So when we arrived, there's also going to be a children's party as well. So that is also one of the reasons I took our angel away when she started having an autistic meltdown. I would just say tantrum, but her tantrums are loud also. She wanted to sit on the part of a tractor that is not safe, and she wouldn't understand that it's not safe, so she was upset. And even before that, she had wanted to go into the lake, this water here, which I will show, and they wanted to just go look at it and admire it, but she wanted to go inside the water. So that was already strike one. This was before we'd even gone in and we were paying. And then we had to be stamped to prove that we did pay, so that if we go in and out, then we can just come in again with our stamp. Because the cheetah place, the big cat enclosure, is not the same entrance for the farmyard. So each person there at each gate needs to know that you did pay. They look for your stamp. But we lifted her up so the lady could stamp her, and she was crying, scared. She even sat down on the dirty ground, on the ground. It was, yeah. So that was strike two. And the last strike was when the tractor thing happened. Then I took her to the car, and she spent the rest of the time in the car, happy in the car. The dad found the cats because we didn't know where they were. There's no real proper signage. So Dad and the other children found the big cats. I was in the car with my angel, and then he came after they found the cats, and I went back to the other children who were still with the cats so I could watch feeding time, which was quite interesting. So yes, Friedenheim Animal Farm. There's also wine tasting if you're a drinker, but obviously we didn't do that. So if you're only going for the farm only and not going to pay for the big cat section, you would have been disappointed. There's a place called Giraffe House. There's more there at Giraffe House than at Friedenheim Animal Farm. She had a pillowcase on her head because she wanted to pretend to be Pharaoh. So yeah, she got tired. Now, Friedenheim Animal Farm is in Stellenbosch. We live in Blouberg, and it was far. So my back was already in trouble just traveling there. I couldn't get comfortable, and then add the weight on my back, and some things you just keep quiet about. But I'm again grateful. This is my number 8. Grateful for the friend who asked, and what about your back, when she saw the photo? Because yeah, it was a strain on my back, and I would try and swap, give it to another sibling, and she would refuse. She wanted mommy. And I know she's got low muscle tone, and I know low muscle tone children do tire easily. So I couldn't just tell her, just stand. Look at all the other children who are standing, and some weren't standing anymore after all. But we survived the ride back home again. I ended up reclining the chair quite back, with her worrying that I'm going to cut off her toes, which I didn't, don't worry. And yeah, I don't think I'll go back there anytime soon. Just until I might go back when my AS is under control. There's Cookie in the car, okay?
Wow, let's see what it is too.
It jumped out the water.
It's raining.
Kira doesn't always come. I know, I just told you to not. You got a little bit too excited and a little bit too close to the face, but so loud. What's up? Luna? Luna?
Let me leave the fence like this thing. I don't want you to get hurt on it.
Okay, here we have got our orange Bengal tiger. His name is Titan. Titan is 11 years old. The tigers, they live 10 to 15 years in the wild and 15 to 25 or 30 years in captivity. The tigers are the biggest cats in the world.